Andy Moir, 52, class of 1986, economics.
I'm Laura Jansen Moir, 53, class of 85, and my major was a special major in communication disorders.
Welcome to another installment of Project 150, 150 stories for the 150th anniversary of the College of Wooster. I'm Ronnie, and today we speak with Andy and Laura Moir, alumni of the class of 1986 and 1985, respectively. Laura and her friends lived out loud on campus, especially for important celebrations.
Do you remember one of our first dates was at Moir, going to see the movies, $2 for a movie?
What did we see?
I don't remember. I have no idea. It was wintertime because I remember the girls that hadn't gone out that night were decorating a Christmas tree when we came home. Birthdays. We definitely celebrated birthdays. Some of the gals, some with their parents would send money out, and so we'd, purchase cakes and decorations. And we went down to I remember somebody went down to the newspaper and got a big roll of newsprint, and we'd spread that out on the floor, and we'd write happy birthday. I was really into calligraphy then, so I'd create a beautiful, so I thought at the time, happy birthday to whomever. We'd all sign and write things on it, and then we'd stick it on the wall and the back stairwell of Lowry as you went up to the dining hall. So that day, people all knew that it was whoever's birthday. We'd all meet for dinner.
Through the college, Andy and Laura got to meet quite the assortment of colorful personalities, including
Stan Galt. So my dad was in his fraternity.
They were crappers.
Back when they were Kappa.
What we call
which they've obviously
crappers
changed.
with a K.
But so my dad for years had said, if you ever meet Stanley Galt, what was I supposed to say to him? Because you remembered it because you have much better memory
because I
than me.
did it. We went to an alumni event, and I walked up to him and I said, "Oh, you're Stanley Galt." And everybody's like, "Oh, it's Stan Galt. He gave so much money." But I know my father-in-law's story, Andy's dad's story. And he's looking at my name. I said, "My name is Laura Moir. I'm married to Andy Moir, whose dad, Al Moir, was in your fraternity." He goes, "Al Moir, the one who has that writing like a typewriter," which he does. I said, "Yes, and Al told me to remind you or to tell you, you cheat at cards." Because back then they had a running poker game, 24 hours. You could just go in and out of this poker game that they had going on, and he cheated. He said, "Yeah, I really did. I wasn't very nice back then. I used to cheat at cards." I met a guy who was here at an alumni event. I met a guy who had been here in the 20s, and you know what he was also in that Kappa, whatever they were. They would go, back then they had just standard cars, so they'd just get a car that was parked on the street, pop the clutch, ride it all the way down Bell Avenue, drink at whatever bars were down there, and walk home and leave the car there. They didn't know whose car it was. They just would. So I don't know. I think it's college. But it's that harmless, easy kind of fun.
Stupid. So, again, John Faust.
Evil Boy 3, yeah.
So, one time we were following a car, and it was a bunch of the football players in one of the fraternities. And he had this light that was sort of a red emergency light. Well, we realized if you waved it real fast, it kind of looked like a cop car. So we essentially pulled them over, and then they started chasing us.
That's kind of dangerous, buddy.
But not the craziest. The craziest was when John decided that he was upset with one of the fraternities, so he took out bottle rockets, and they were having a spring formal. So he took the bottle rockets and aimed them into the window. They go flying into the window. You see people come screaming out. We're all running. And then the best part of it is, John goes on, gets married to somebody who went to Wooster. And somehow that story never came up. And it came up
years.
like 2 years ago,
yeah.
a couple of years ago. And Meg was like, "Wait a second, that was you? Like I was at that formal."
This episode was written, produced, and edited by Sarah Torrio, Samuel Carlson, and myself. Special thanks to Brett Woodard, Richard Figge, and Andy and Laura Moir. All music used is from audioblocks.com. This project is sponsored and supported by the College of Wooster. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.